Hello, everyone. Janet Rangi, and thank you so much for always coming to see me. And so, before I start, of course, the title is going to be This is Not the Era, okay, to be out of status. This is the era to do the right things. So, before we get into the video, I just want to encourage some of you who've written emails to janetrangi67@gmail.com requesting more information on the Canada opportunities for French speakers. That actually the recruiter has finally come back and he explained to us that actually he had undergone surgery. That's why he delayed us. And also, he's preparing for the holiday season, which we expected, of course. It's been Thanksgiving in the United States, and now people are getting ready for Christmas. Okay, so stay tuned. We'll obviously communicate when the time comes. As you well remember, those who speak French, there are opportunities now in Canada. We are not saying, we know that things are tight in Canada. Some of us, we come and remind Janet Rangi on the page. I'm also an architect of this information, so I'm very aware of the political changes, the political winds. I am very aware and I dig deep. So I'm very aware, but please note that these were opportunities for French speakers. Fast food, CNA, certified nurse assistant, and maybe we'll work on nurses too. That usually I don't like doing that, but this time we are going through the recruiter and also the lawyer. So why not? So as soon as we get that information, as I said, he's been sick, not sick, but he went through surgery and also preparing for Christmas festivities. He works for a very big company. So please, thank you so much for your patience, because I know I made that video, and some of you, if you don't hear me coming back, you might start giving up or thinking like, I doubt, no. I'm a person of my word, and when I start something, I finish. If I do not finish, you will get an explanation why that thing was not finished. So stay tuned, and thank you so much. I'll come back to you. So if you're a French speaker, level B1, Janet Rangi 67@gmail.com. He had promised us there are so many opportunities for fast food, which I think everyone qualifies because only high school. Of course, the rest is CNA and then nursing. Let's go to the title of this message today. This is not the era to be out of status. And I'll give you a small background, obviously. When I first came to this country, we had so many people who used to just overstay their visa. And you know what? They were doing just fine. They have good jobs. I don't know how to define a good job, but obviously they were able to take care of themselves. They were getting the finances they need, which they still are. They had homes, which I hope they still have. And then, they were driving good cars. And I hope they are still doing that. And so most of the people, when they come, they are informed. There's this common saying, which I've made a video previously, that your future in America depends on the people who pick you from the airport. I think I need to bring back that video so you can watch again. Okay, the people that pick you from the airport, and what do we mean by that? Those will be your mentors. Of course, it's easy for you to do something that someone else has done before. So we emulate a lot, which is most of the time it's very helpful. It makes our work easy, but that is all you know. And for many years, that's all we know. And I remember when I started giving these options, even the people who've been in this country for a long time were doubting. I'm telling you, 2 years ago, especially, I would get families coming to me, or I would hear rumors from families saying, but what is she saying? There are many people here in America without papers. She's lying, if that was true. But now, I haven't seen that person anymore. No, that person, I haven't seen that message. And I don't blame anyone. I really understood where these people are coming from. That is when I say information is power. Information is power. Now look how far we've come. Look how far we've come. The people that mess up their papers, more than likely, they've never come across Janet Rangi 67@gmail.com, or they've never come across this page called It's Janet Rangi on every social media platform. Not every, the most popular ones. So now people will just come, stay, get some, small jobs here and here, and they would make ends meet. Because guess what? You see, when you come on a visit visa, and let's define what is change of status. Please Do not mix terminologies. Change of status and adjustment of status are two different things, please. Change of status, it means you came here maybe as a visitor and now you want to become a student. You came here on a J1 visa, you came here on any other visa, and now you want to change to a student visa, for example. That is changing status. Adjustment of status, on the other hand, you're here on a visa, let's say even a student visa, and then maybe you get an employer who gives you a green card, or you legitimately get married to an American citizen. They're going to adjust your status from a visit visa or from a student visa to a green card. Or let's say you're here in the United States on a legal visa, and then you win the DV lottery. They are going to change your status, not change, but adjust your status. You see, even me, I'm mixing up. They're adjusting. So for me, I'm thinking adjusting, think of permanent. They're taking you from a temporary situation to a permanent solution, which is permanent residency, aka green card. Green card. Green card is just a name, but the main issue here, of course, not an issue, it's a permanent residency. The other name for green card is permanent residency. Change of status, in the other hand, you're just changing from one temporal situation to another one. Okay, now what is the most common? Of course, it's changing status to student. That is my favorite. And if you do not understand these processes, of course, you can always come to us, janetrangi67@gmail.com. I say this email so many times because, I've been doing this for a long time. And the more you do these things for a long time, we have copycats. Don't always be shocked if you see a copycat online. Okay, they only get the people who are not informed. How many of you have seen even a president? Even here, if you follow, you will see some people with a president face following me. You can't stop it. The same thing happens to Janet Rangi. People they go on my profile and they take my picture, they make it their profile picture. So thank you so much for always informing me, but do not be alarmed. Just protect yourself. There is nothing we can do. We can keep reporting these people, but it's a waste of time. So what I've done that has really been successful is just to leave my email here, janetrangi67@gmail.com. Okay. And even those, sometimes these people will download my video, start a page, and even the video is saying my email, but some of you still, you want to trust their numbers and go in the comments. But that's up to you. That I digress. But this is very, very important information. For those who want to come and learn, we will send you to schools. Schools will help you change status. We'll do everything for you to show you the right way so that you do not spoil your papers. So now, these people used to stay here for a long time. But guess what? When you do that, if you overstay your visa, there are consequences. Yes, you'll be able to survive. But for me, I can't imagine a situation where I'm driving my vehicle, I don't know who is following me. I'm just nervous. What kind of life is that? Plus, now the world is changing. Technology is going on very well. Other countries are advancing, including the Sunshine Continent. So right now, you just want to come and do what is necessary for you so you can build yourself back home. So if you come here and you lock yourself here, you're always living in fear. I don't think it's a very good idea. It worked while it lasted. But now even the political winds are not for that as these things. So do these processes, but work with the surest way possible. I know it takes long, and the other options, don't get me wrong. When you come here, the other options for you to stay here legally. But me, I'm just telling you the most practical, the one that applies to majority of you, the safest and the most valuable. And let me just explain to you the benefits. I did a video, I think 25 weeks ago about this, and there was, please, if you think you can learn from my videos, please go ahead, contribute positively. Negative comments shall be deleted and blocked and actually banned. Okay, so don't attempt, you're wasting your time. Thank you. I love you. So number one, what are the benefits of changing a visit visa to a student visa? You see, if you come on a visit visa, they'll give you 6 months at the port of entry most of the time. That time is very limiting. Sometimes you want to do more. So what do? Changing to student gives you more time. And I'm telling you, by the way, the first thing you have to know is the intent. You cannot come in and you're telling people, of course, if I go, I don't want to come back. They will not give you a visit visa. They'll tell you, then go back and get the correct visa, which is a permanent visa. So your intent is actually to come and visit and go back. But guess what? The law allows you to change. And when you change to student, you've just opened yourself some time in the United States for the duration of the studies. From what I know, community colleges are 3 years. 3 years, you're here on F1 student visa. You go to OPT 1 year. You go back, bachelor's degree, 4 years. Okay, OPT. You go back, master's, 2 years. Again, OPT. PhD, 5 years. I think PhD should be free of charge. It takes courage to stay in school. Okay, so you can see, obviously, your situation can change from 6 months to infinity. To infinity. Big, big benefit. And I know some of you say, but you have to be in school. You start slow. You start with what you can afford. And that's where we come in. When people come to me and they're asking for this information, I work with many schools, by the way, but I also put the whole total picture together. You know, we make it so easy for them. And then they're like, oh, yes, 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 and yes. So that you can live safely in this country, not feel left out, take away the fear because you have the right papers to be present. Number 2, when you go to school, especially you do well in school, you post good grades and you're paying fees. If you left your family at home, you can now invite them on F2 visa, right? That is a good benefit. I know some of you say, how long will it take me before I invite my family? From experience, from the time you come to the time you finish this process, it can take up to 9 months. But with expedited processes, it can take only maybe 4 months. After 4 months, now you have a student status. But I would say at least finish a semester or 2 in school, post those grades, demonstrate your ability to pay. Then now you can invite your family. I feel like the most successful people are these people that come the first time, go back. Then when they come back the second time, if they change status, they've even established stronger ties. And now when they go to ask, or the family goes to ask for help, they're more likely to get approved. I'm just telling for you secrets for working here for a long time. I see these comments, people tell me these things, and I gather my data. Data doesn't lie. I go by the numbers, I go by experience. That is just how it works. I've even seen families that demonstrate going back and coming. They have more family members here in America. Why? Because they trust that family. So these are some of the trends I'm seeing, and I'll come and continue stealing for you the secrets, the top secrets. If you have never watched a video I made here called Top Secrets at the Embassy, it really did very well. I was surprised. It was just an average video, but when I went to check the stats, it had gone like wildfire. Okay. Yes. So, changing status will help your families to join you on F2. Now, some people say, can I travel? They will never stamp a visa. When you're here, a visa is a travel document. They are not interested in stamping. They just give you permission and approve you to go to school. If you exit, you're kind of erasing that status and you have to go back to the embassy to start all over again. Now, some people say, well, is it a guarantee? It might not be a guarantee if you can't prove that you will be able to pay. So me, I always tell people, I don't talk about exit strategies. That one you need to talk about a lawyer. But if you want to be here legally on a student visa, get more time, invite your family to join you on F2. This is a very, very good avenue. And in fact, now, let me just give you some of the things that I felt were bad for those people who overstayed their visas up to today. Let's say you come with your child and your child is maybe 14, right? Both of you have been given visas to come to the United States on a visit visa. Then you overstay that visa. For you, you might think, okay, maybe so long as I have a job, I'm doing these things, right? You maybe, I don't know, you're okay with it. But you know what? A student status is not a legal status to go to school. They will not turn the kids away. And again, with this era, I wouldn't want to play around when it comes to children. But I don't think they usually ask children these things. But once they complete high school, that's when the child comes home and tells you, Mommy, I can't enroll in college. How come you didn't tell me that I'm not here with the right papers? Do you see how heartbreaking it is? But for people who change status from visit visa to student visa, guess what? The parents are on F1 visa. The kids are on F2. If your child is 14 and they reach high school, Right. F2 is a legal status of going to school in the United States. Guess what? After they finish high school, they want to join college, they'll be welcome. Voila, they go on F1. I've even seen kids who finish nursing and come and file for their parents. So think of your child too. Okay, so number one, this is not the era of doing these things politically, but generally speaking, it has never been the era of doing these things. It was just lack of information. So I'm just telling you some of the benefits for you and the whole family. Why I consider change of status to be one of the best avenues that have ever come. We are very proud of what we have done to help the community to not only, go back home if they have to, but to help them not to overstay their visas. And this is big, 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 big. Guess what? The more we do this, in a few years from now, there'll be more embassy approvals. Why? Because data will show that these people do not overstay their visas. Countries that do not overstay their visas tend to have more visa approvals. So, these things start slowly, but eventually, can you imagine if we reach at a time where only 5% of people overstay their visas or they have no information? Don't you think that will be very big progress? Okay, for those who wonder and you need help, of course, it's janetrangi67@gmail.com. Janet, I wish I could type. I wonder if I can type in the comments. I'll try and type the email. I'm unable to type. But you've had this email more and more. In every video, actually, I always leave this email. What other benefits was I thinking? Yes, students can travel inside and outside the United States, but I said that is kind of risky. You understand? Because they've given you a benefit to go to school. But I just like that option that you are not locked here. Number one, if you overstay your visa, you cannot leave. If you leave, you'll be banned. You cannot come back, I think, for the next 5 to 10 years. If you try to change to ASI, okay, I'm telling you the Ukimbizi way, of course, you lock yourself again here. You'll not be able to interact with your family again for the longest. Why? Because there's just a long, long list, a backlog. And therefore, people have been here waiting for years and years. They are not able, okay, to exit the country. So for me, when I saw this opportunity of changing status from visit visa, from J1 visa, okay, to student F1 visa, and actually many visas, you can change from any visa actually. Now, let me just, some of you say, I'm on C1D visa, can I change? A C1D visa is a transit visa. It's a travel visa, so you cannot get American benefits. But the good news, the people who have been on C1D visa, for people who don't know, C1D is a transit visa. I've seen people using that to cross to another country or to work in the cruise lines. If you demonstrate you've been going to the cruise line, finishing your contract, going for holiday, when you go back home and you ask for a visit visa, they give you. Okay, we've also seen people who are on ESTA, okay, who use ESTA. They go and ask for a visit visa, and sometimes if they can also use that opportunity now to change to a student visa. Okay, another visa, diplomatic, I don't know. I've never seen people go through. People, I get those ones too. I'm scared to even talk about those. I don't know how those ones work, but we always send our people to lawyers. Okay, J1, you can change from J1 to student F1, but we just have to make sure the lawyer cleans for you the waiver if that is what you choose to do. If you have restrictions on your passport, again, you cannot get any American benefits until that waiver has been lifted off your passport. And we have a lawyer that does this. Okay, people that consult me, of course, on janetrangi67@gmail.com, I usually just send them to the lawyer and the lawyer does the rest. Okay, then they come back to us and then we send them to the schools. So I have a very organized system, a very successful system. We thank God that the year has come to an end with our schools getting 100% approval rates, okay, for changing status. So we understand and we have the resources. We know where to send you. So please do not spoil your papers. I love you so much for coming. And by the way, can I just finish by saying that these people that change, many of them, of course, not all of them, some of them have utilized that opportunity of going to school as they wait for the EB3 green card, which is that one is permanent residency. It takes 2 to 3 years, of course, to get ready. So while they are students, they know that, hey, after this program, even before the program is over, my green card will be ready. There are some who have utilized this visa, okay, gone to school for nursing, graduated and got a green card through nursing. Now I'll add lab technologies on the list of those courses that you can take, because some of you ask me the courses that you can take so that you can get a green card. And if you've never watched me in other videos, you say, but Janet, I did this, I did public health, I did this. You can do anything. You can do anything. By getting a green card, you really have to prove to US that no other American can take up this job. And just these medical courses that I mentioned are just the most direct. It's not like other courses you cannot get green cards. You can. If you have employers that love you, they will petition for you a green card. Okay, I have family members that have benefited through this with big courses in medicine and dentistry. But that is a long process. Okay, that's besides the point. That's why I'm telling you, any course can benefit. But you just have to prove to the US that there is no other American. So the labor certification is usually the most tricky thing. Can your course pass the labor certification? For example, you've done accounting. Once the lawyer reaches that step of labor certification, and they have to post these jobs on the bulletin, can that job stand the job market to prove that, you know what, there was no other American willing to do this job? And most of the jobs can flop. Another good option would be science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. These are very good courses because you get 17 months, and I'll come and do a video on that. Sorry, not 17 months, 3 years of OPT, optional practical training, whereby after graduation, you can work in the United States for 3 solid years. But that one, I'm digressing. I'm just giving you options because you like asking me when you hear me saying, Janet, nursing, what else can I do? And me, I just tell you the courses that give green cards, and nursing is top on the list. Now I'm going to add lab technology. Physical therapy, you have to have a master's, and it's not easy. Just lab technology and nursing. Those two are the top on the list. Other than that, of course, you have to have medicine or dentistry. And any other course. But those ones are the ones that I see that people succeed the most with green cards. Okay? All right. So basically what I'm saying, if you're on a visit visa, do not hesitate to contact me on janetrangi67@gmail.com. If you have a J1 visa, same thing. J1 visa, do not wait. It takes a long time to waive that thing off your thing. So we have to send you to the lawyer, and the lawyer will spend you with you almost 4 months, sometimes 6 months. So you can't just come here and sit, and then now you have 1 month to go. And then now you're changing your mind. Of course, we've seen some people considering Canada if they're on J1 visa. Okay. And the waiving process is not possible. Okay. That is usually an option. Don't get me wrong. But all I'm saying is start early. Do not just come in and then you start looking for schools immediately, my friends. You'll be in trouble. Okay. Remember, your intent is very, very important. They feel like if you just come in immediately and you're changing here and you're doing this, it means that your intent was to come and never go back. So I hope this video has helped you. Merci beaucoup. Asanteni sana. Muchas gracias. Until the next video. See you guys, and thank you so much for coming. Okay, I'll make a next video for you. See you.